Our straddles will all look different, and it depends on your hip shape, the tightness of your hips, also the tightness of your back, flexibility of your hamstrings, etc. Strength of your glutes. So all of that. So always make sure you're paying attention to your body and you're able to breathe, and remember not to struggle through all of the reps. Just do as many as you can with good alignment. And I think that is it. So yeah, let's get started with our straddles. I'm just sitting down here on the floor on my yoga mat. I've got a block underneath me, so feel free to put a cushion underneath our yoga block if that's something that you like. And we'll start with our 2 deep breaths. So sitting up tall wherever you are, take your 2 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just feeling your breath move through you, getting yourself ready for class. Focusing on yourself for the next 30 minutes, starting with your head and your neck. So start to gently glide your head right and left, bringing your chin to your ear, and not moving your shoulders at all. I said chin to your ear, I meant shoulder. The next time your head gets to the right shoulder, you're going to stop, and we're going to draw a U shape with our chin, going from the right and left. Breathing normal. Again, noticing if any other parts of your body want to start moving around, try to relax them. And the next time your chin gets to the right, you're going to stay and start to draw a rainbow shape, lifting your chin up and over, right and left. Breathing. Try not to go faster than I'm going, but you can most definitely go slower. And then finally float your head back to center and rock your head ear to shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your neck. And then let's give it a stop here. Take a deep breath. And then bring both arms down by your side. Flex your palms and spread your fingers. Lift your shoulders up and then press down into the floor with your palms. And breathe. Notice if your arms like to go like that. Try to push down, directly down. Notice if your shoulders are kind of forward or back. Try to find your center, right down the midline. And then maybe you think about pulling your ears into the line where your shoulders are, stacking your head up tall. Start to alternate those shoulders, right and left. Don't forget to breathe. Maybe you stop spreading your fingers wide, spread them a little bit wider. And then keep them spread. We're going to draw those circles with our shoulders all the way forward and all the way back, all the way down, all the way up. Reverse your circles. And then stopping here, float your arms out. And if your legs are crossed, we're going to uncross them and recross the other leg on top. You can use your hands if you need to. And then keeping your arms out here, we're going to open and close our fists as fast as we can. And then bring one arm up and one arm down. And alternate right and left without moving the rest of your body. Keep your fist opening and closing as fast as you can. Breathe. And then float both arms up to the sky. And then one at a time, open and close like fireworks. And faster for 8, 7, 6, 5. Arms out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug yourself, switching the arm that's on top each time. You can remind yourself how much you love yourself as you embrace yourself. Yay! And then stopping here, bring your fingers to your shoulders and stir your elbows. And then reverse your circles. And then stepping here, elbows out wide, bring them in and out. And imagine there's like a tabletop in front of you, so you're not bringing them down. You're keeping them on the table and you're just gliding your arms along that table. Whew. Let's do 2 more. Keep them out. Lift one up and one down, but don't move the rest of your body. Notice if your elbows are like going forward or back. Keep them directly to the side. Rib cage is in, you're sitting up tall. Ooh, what just happened with my shoulder? And then stopping here, relax. Flip the arms down, take a deep breath. All right, we're gonna place our feet onto the floor. Making sure your feet and your knees are hip distance. Let me scoot them back here. And then relax your arms just wherever you like. We're gonna lift all of our toes up and down. So sometimes when you try to do this, like this will happen, but keep the ball of the foot onto the floor and just stretch all the toes up and away. You'll notice a little bit of action in your arch. And also notice if your feet like to go like that or that. When you're doing it, try to keep it centered if you can. And then if that's working out, try to alternate right and left. Lift in. Whew. Watch those knees. Mine are going flat. Sitting up tall. All right, we're gonna lift just our big toes off the floor. So big toes lift and then down. So when you're doing this, watch if the feet go like that. You're not lifting just the big toe, just those big toes. If you're having trouble, you can hold down the rest of those toes until they understand. If that's working out, try to alternate right and left. Breathe. All right, and then big toes glued to the floor, lift the rest of your toes. And again, notice if your foot does one of these to lift. Make sure the rest of your foot is on the floor and you're just stretching your toes up and away. Breathe. You can hold on that big toe if it's lifting. And start to alternate right and left. Little toes. Everything else stays on the floor. All right, that's enough of that. Let's take a rest, deep breath. All right, we're gonna scoop our fingers, interlace them underneath your right knee pit, and then just hold that leg without like rounding your shoulders. We're gonna point and flex. So start to stretch your ankle, not just the toes. So kind of like reaching with your toes, creating that arch in your foot, stretching the ankle a lot. Also breathe. And then circle your foot all the way around, drawing circles with your toes. Notice if your shoulders are up in your ears, try to relax them, sit up tall. Reverse this circle. Ooh. And then float that foot down, take a rest, deep breath. All right, other foot's turn, scoop it up, interlace the fingers, sit up tall, relax shoulders, point and flex. This is my noisy one, so I apologize for all the songs it decides to sing this morning. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere else. Sometimes my fingers here, they're like, so try to relax. All right, draw a circle with your toes, stirring it around. Don't move anything else, just breathe. Notice if this left leg or right leg has gone out to the side, just try to keep it steady. Reverse your circle. And then stopping here, float that leg down. Let's rest. Take a deep breath. All right, if you're on a cushion or a block, we're gonna get off of it, but in a fun way. So bring your hands behind you. I'm gonna have my palms in and fingers out to the side. And then take a deep breath in Exhale, squeeze your butt to lift your pelvis off the block or cushion for 8. Inhale. Exhale. 6. 5. Low butt squeeze. 4. Belly button spine. Here we go. 3. Shoulders away from the ears. Long neck. 2. Last one, we're going to stay. Whew. Inch yourself to the right or left of your block or cushion. And then set yourself down. And take away the cushion. I'm going to center myself again so you can see. All right, now we're going to have our hands behind us with palms in towards you, fingers out to the back. And then take your right leg, bend it, externally rotate it from the hip, and set the ankle on top of your left knee. If this feels terrible, you can lower the bottom leg down a little bit. But if it feels good, pull this bottom leg up, and then give yourself a gentle rock right and left, and just breathe. And then let's give it a rest. We'll extend that leg out at knee height, flex and point. Maybe you don't need your hands. It's okay if you do. If you don't have your hands, make sure your shoulders are not doing one of these. Relax them. Stop with your flexed foot and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then float it down. Bend the knee. Take a relaxed, deep breath. All right, hands behind you, palms in, fingers reaching out to the back. This time left leg, lift, externally rotate. Place the ankle on top of that right knee. And again, this one might feel different, so make your adjustments. And then start your gentle rock, right and left. Breathe in. You might notice the hip gets a little bit less sticky. Or you might not notice that too, that's okay. Hips are funny. What do you got in there, hip? It's okay if you talk to your hip. I do all the time. All right, that's enough of that. Extend that leg forward at knee height if you can. Flex and point. And if you want to challenge yourself, sit up tall. You can't see me behind my foot. Breathe. Engaging that quad muscle. And then stop with the flexed foot. Here's our pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, sitting tall, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, bend your knee, take a deep breath. All right, bring your legs out wide, still bent. Hands go back behind you, palms in, fingers out. And then one at a time, bend the knee toward the midline, right and left. Maybe you start to squeeze that side butt here. Squeeze. Wake it up. If it's not up yet, don't you worry. We're about to wake it up a lot by sitting on our side. So one more time, right and left. All right, now let's relocate ourselves to our side. So we're going to be on our side here for a little bit. If this feels terrible on your bones, you can totally take your mat or your cushion and just place it underneath you. I'm going to first start on my right hip. So my knees are both bent about 90 degrees, and my hips, knees, ankles are stacked. Elbows stacked underneath my shoulder, palm presses down into the floor. Hand goes on hip. Underneath thumb is gluteus medius. Wake it up. Let's go. We're going to lift by externally rotating the leg from the hip, and then we're going to internally rotate just like that. We're going to do 8. So here we go. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze. And that's 1. Remember, don't slouch. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press, squeeze. Lots of action on gluteus medius. 4 more. You want to kind of like force the air out like you're forcing it out through a straw. And try not to go faster than I'm going. You might want to go slower and really take really deep breaths. Emptying out all of the air. Whoo! One more. And then finding that external rotation again, we're going to squeeze our hip. Squeeze your left butt, or sorry, right butt to lift your hip off the floor now for 8. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Whew. These are awesome. 3. My butt is so alive. 2. Last one, biggest one ever. And then lower it down. Top arm can rest, knee can rest. Extend your top leg with a flexed foot. All right, we're gonna keep this leg parallel, so no external rotation here. Knee stays facing knee. Energy is out through your heel. Lift your leg up and down for 8. Inhale, exhale. Low butt is side butt is star of the show today. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, last one, stay up. And then we're gonna externally rotate and internally rotate for 8. 7, oh my gosh. 6, coming from that hip. You can hold it if you wanna feel what's going on. Sometimes it feels cool. No rotation coming from here though. Relax that knee. Whew. Last one. All right, lower it down, that's enough. Take a deep breath. All right, we must do the other side. So here we go, toss your legs however you can. Make your way to the other side. And then if you have a hip issue, just get that cushioning here. Make sure everything's stacked. Elbows underneath your shoulder, palm presses down. We're smiling, having a good time. Gluteus medius underneath our thumb. Deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your knee, keep those toes together, empty out all of the air. Inhale, lower. Exhale, internal rotation. Lift your ankle. That's 1. Keep going at your own speed, using your breath. You should also feel that exhale, like pulling your belly button deeper toward your spine. Also that side butt action is really going. Remember, don't slouch here. Keep that shoulder out of your ear, long neck. 4 more. Looks like this flower is growing right out of my head. All right, I got one more, biggest one ever in the world. Woo. Excellent. And then top arm and rest. Extend that top leg, flex foot. Leg stays parallel. Squeeze your butt. Kick the heel up for 8. 7. 6. This leg likes to really externally rotate for me, so I really gotta fight that. So pay attention to your own body and what it likes to do, and try to teach it to stay where you ask it to. All right, stay up and keep flexing that foot. Externally rotate, internally rotate. Whoo! 3. Remember, not from your knee, from your hip. 4 more. 3, 2, oh my gosh. 1, I just realized we forgot these things. Goes back here. Here we go. I forgot to squeeze this butt up. Here we go, let's squeeze it up and down for 8. Inhale, exhale. Whew, there it is. 6, 5, 2 more. 2. Last one. All right, that's enough. We've done all the things. Take a relax, 2 deep breaths. All right, I think we should start to get into our straddles. So, straddle position. Like I said, it's going to be different on everyone, so just pay attention to your own body, how you're feeling. It will be different every single day. So we're going to start with legs in a pike, feet are flexed, and then just bring your arms out, and we're going to bounce our legs to a comfortable straddle. So you can do it one at a time, or you can do both at the same time. But just try to sit up tall and find where your legs kind of just stop, where you feel comfortable. And see the little scoot, I made sure I was sitting up tall, like I was kind of like rounded here. Make sure you're still able to like sit up and actively press your legs down into the floor. So if your legs are really, really wide and they're like doing like this sort of thing, then just take them a little bit narrower so that you can keep your legs comfortable onto the floor. All right, once you've established your straddle position, like I said, we're gonna find our quad muscles here. So quad muscles are gonna stabilize our legs, pressing them down into the floor, keeping our legs straight in a good way. So if you're not, if you have those hypermobile joints, you don't wanna like do one of those. You wanna find that quad engagement and kind of like drive the heels down into the floor. All right, then make sure you're sitting up tall. Bring your fingers to the center. Inhale, lift up even taller as if there's a string on the top of your head. And then keep that length. On your exhale, you're going to start your sway right and left. Going directly to your side and not trying to go toward where your feet are. And the whole time, feel your legs pressing down into the floor. If your legs are doing a really good job pressing down into the floor, you can bring your arms out to the side and do a little bit of a reach. Keep driving your heels down into the floor, flexing your feet toward your face. You should feel your leg muscles going as you sway right and left. And then stopping in the center, relax, take a deep breath. All right, still engaging your quads, driving your heels down into the floor, making sure your legs are not externally rotating too much. They're staying in that upright position, fingertips to the center, inhale. And then on your exhale, we're gonna lead with our chest, this time stirring a circle. So circle might be like this. Just make sure that you're not diving your head down. You're leading with your chest and your chin, like you're going to give me your chin. Give me your chin. So only going through your own personal range of motion. You might notice that it just starts to increase as you go through, and definitely use your breath as you do this. If this is quite easy, try it with no hands. Keep driving your legs down into the floor, squeezing side butt. That's gonna help you. Whew, quads are gonna help you. Okay, and then come to a stop. You can shake out your legs and breathe. All right, we're gonna start in that opposite direction. So engage your leg muscles, tap on your quads, make them work, drive the heels down into the floor. You lift up on your inhale, and this time on your exhale, you're gonna stir the opposite way, starting small. Maybe it stays small the whole time. Again, feeling your legs pressing down into the floor. Try not to round your spine. We're thinking of lengthening our spine, so bringing your chest and your chin to your screen. Yes, let's smack our chins together. Smack. Good, keep going. Remember, if this is easy, try no hands. 2 more giant circles, or as big as you've got them. Ooh, using your breath. Excellent, and then take a rest, shake out your legs, deep breath. If you're like me, maybe you notice like a little bit of something underneath here because I have the hypermobility. That means I'm not driving my heel down into the floor using my quad enough. So if that happened to you, just make sure you are aware of that. All right, we are going to twist right and left. So keep those leg muscles engaged. Arms reach out to the side. Inhale, that string is pulling you up. Exhale, stay there. You're gonna twist right and left. Coming from your waist all the way up to your head and neck. Breathe. You can go inhale, exhale. Keep driving your legs down into the floor. Whew. One more time, right and left. And then stop in the center. You can shake out your legs. Take a deep breath. All right, now we're going to do a forward fold in this straddle position. So the whole time, don't stop engaging your leg muscles. Keep driving your legs down into the floor, and I want you to feel like you're lifting up out of your waist. First, we're gonna start with a straight spine, and then at the end, we're gonna curve. So if you've got like some blocks and stuff in front of you, they'll come in handy. If you know that you don't have a lot of flexibility, you can stack like a whole bunch of things up in front of you, or you can just allow the gravity to like help you along. I'll show you with a block. So, fingers will go into the center, driving the heels down into the floor, engaged quads, engaged glutes. Inhale, lift up out of your waist. On your exhale, keep that length. Start to walk your hands forward. Knees and toes stay facing the sky. You lean forward with your chest like we did before. Like you're gonna put your chin onto me. And then like, let's say your blocks are here. You're gonna rest your chin onto that block. Or you could just stay out here if you have no block. And take a deep breath. On your inhale though, feel your spine elongating, lengthening. And then exhale, you stay. Take one more breath like that. And then maybe we can go a little bit deeper. It's okay if you can't go deeper. So like, let's say your chin was on the block. So you don't want to be like this. Really reaching your chin forward, elongating low back, driving your heels down into the floor, engaging your quads. Take another deep breath in, elongate even more. Exhale, maybe you go a little bit deeper. All right, we're gonna go one more time, but this time we're gonna allow our spine to curve. So one more time, elongate on an inhale. And this time on your exhale, drop your chin into your chest and let gravity take you down to wherever you are. So if you have your block, you can rest on the block, your cushions, whatever you have, or if you're on the floor, you can rest on the floor. But wherever you are, make sure you're constantly engaging your quad muscles, driving your heels down to the floor, flexing your feet toward your face, and breathing. Take 2 more deep breaths wherever you are. And then keeping your chin into your chest, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. You can use your arms to push you up. And then when you get at the top, shake out your legs, breathe. Whew. You can shake them back to our pike. That feels good. All right, let's stretch ourselves out. So we're going to have our legs still in our pike. We'll do a little bit of a spinal twist. So take your right leg, send it on top of your left. Sitting up tall on both sits bones. My left foot is flexed. Hands are out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you stay tall. And we're gonna lift this left arm up. Reach it across on the outside of your right knee. Still sitting up tall, inhale. Exhale, twist. Now my right hand is gonna reach back as far as possible. I'm still sending energy out through that left heel, looking over my right shoulder for 2 deep breaths. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then slowly unravel. Get this leg off, shake it out, breathe. All right, now it's left leg's turn, so engage the right foot, sending energy out through that heel, left leg up and over. Make sure you're sitting up tall on both sits bones, and then take a deep breath in and out, lengthen your spine. Keep that length, right arm up, and it crosses on top of this left leg. And I'm crossing it on my elbow. Please try not to do that. You don't ever want to like place on a joint, especially if you have that hypermobile business, because this happens. So try to get it like a little bit more if you can. And then reaching your left hand behind you, take a deep breath in. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. And then take 2 more deep breaths, imagining your body is wringing itself out. And then unravel yourself. And then let's center ourselves onto our mat, and we'll do 1 slow roll down, bringing your arms out like a zombie. Legs are bent about hip distance, feet are flat onto the floor. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, drop your chin into your chest and slowly roll yourself down. Relax shoulders for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once your head touches the floor, bring your knees into your chest and do little circles with your knees all the way around and breathe. Maybe you relax in your hips so much that you're just using your arms to stir the circle. Nice little massage for your hips. And then reverse your circles. And then come to a complete stop and let your body rest onto the floor however it wants to lay. You can keep your arms and legs out wide, or you can tuck them in close, but just close your eyes. Take about 8 big deep breaths. Trying to relax your whole body after all that work, just a little bit of a cool down. And maybe as you pass that breath down your body, stop at your hips and your glutes, and you give them a big thank you for all the hard work they did today. Maybe you start to ask them what is stuck in there. I like to talk to my hips a lot. I feel like that's where a lot of my junk gets stored. So if that's resonating with you, you can give a little chat to your hips. And then when you're done with that chat and your body is start to return back to its normal state, that hum of energy is calming down. You can either decide to stay here if this feels good, or let's do an energizing sit-up, energizing our legs again, flexing your feet, bringing them close together, flexing them, raising your arms up overhead by your ears, opening your eyes, deep breath in. Exhale, chin into chest. Squeeze it up nice and strong. Excellent work. I hope everyone's hips feel really good from those straddles. I hope everyone had a comfortable straddle. And if you found that the straddle brought upon some weird things that you have questions about, I'm coming in closer to find out